Filmonik is a non-competitive group created for and by Melbourne filmmakers.
Since 2014, we have staged yearly collaborative filmmaking events called Filmonik Cabaret.
We've had monthly screenings since 2013.
Even though we can't be at Loop Bar physically at the moment,
We are still kicking and making films.
that was way too serious. Hi everybody, welcome to Filmonik number 71. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people who are the traditional custodians of this land. I would also like to pay my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging of the Kulin Nation, and extend that respect to other Indigenous Australians present. Thank you. Now, to start Filmonik. So, everybody has seen the back of my living room for the past, how many months now? You do the count. I am fed up of it, so I'm moving out. Bye! Hi everybody!
Hello.
So this is a surprise. We are most of the crew here. We're just missing Bernard, but say hi to Bernard.
Hi, Bernard.
And we're with our friend Fraser. You guys cannot be here all at once at Udgang Bar, but we brought Udgang Bar to you.
With delicious beer.
Yes. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Just thank you to Udgang Bar and Fraser and everyone at Exit Brewery for letting us use this amazing space with the beautiful chandelier and the beautiful lighting. So yes, thank you very much.
Let's start with the first film, Chad Lockwood. The title is Captives. I hope I got it.
They forced us in here. A dozen of us in this cramped cell. Every so often they come and take out a few of us, and we don't usually see him again. They took Bazza with a couple of others, but they brought him back alone. I guess they got what they wanted. He said it was carnage. There's broken bodies and insides everywhere. Joey cracked. He couldn't take it. I don't think they knew what to do with him after that. They just took him away and we never heard from him again. I'm the last one left. I'm all there is. I know they're coming for me. That's why I'm recording this. Because they don't want us to be forgotten. Please, remember us. We didn't deserve this. Oh!
There's only one left. All right, I'll put them on the list.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're going on Jitsi,
There he
and we're gonna
is.
have Chad with us. Hey, Chad.
Hi, how you going?
Hello.
Good.
I have to say that was one of the best camera entries that I've ever seen. That was just fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Chad,
Thank
I
you very
have
much.
to say that the first time I watched your film, I was like, wait, I don't think I got it. Why is there an egg? And then I had to watch it a second time. I was like, oh my God, his head is an egg. I get it.
Yeah, look, I would like to say it's a statement about prisoners of war and that sort of stuff. But in the end, I'm fat and bald and look like an egg. So it was the role I was born to play.
So I noticed that there was a nice green tint. So it looked like it was a deleted scene from the upcoming Matrix sequel. Is that what it was?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing you doing some kung fu in the latest Matrix movie.
And I'll just slowly...
Yeah, exactly.
How did you come up with this idea? And how did you film it? Were you in Dunas on your bed and then you had the camera? How did you do your setup?
I'm actually wearing my backdrop at the moment. And I was just sitting in my wardrobe holding my phone and with a light behind the door, so I could talk and then flash myself. And then I shot an egg carton. That was the easiest part. But yeah, I ran out of time, and I got busy, and so I sort of left my run really late. So I just did something on I left my on Sunday. I sort of left my run really late. So anyway.
It is off.
Is it? Okay.
Sorry, we're having some issues with Jitsi.
That's all right. Can you hear me?
Andrew, I'm like hiding Andrew, but Andrew is with us in the background.
Yeah.
Is there Andrew's monitoring which chat room again?
I am on YouTube, and BJ is having trouble connecting to Jitsi, so I quickly went on to Jitsi to copy and paste the link, but that was what caused the problems. Sorry, Chad.
You're
the
fine.
general consensus is it was a very, very funny film. Murray laughed so hard, and I just have a question. Did you cut your hair specifically for that role?
It's the sacrifice I had to make. Yes, I did cut my hair.
That's commitment.
It is. It really is. I also put on the extra 10 kilos just for the role.
Oh.
That's commitment. That's real commitment. Christian Bale and you.
I know.
Properly committed.
Method.
Yeah.
Next week I'm going to play the machinist, which is going to be a real stretch.
Yeah. Now I have to ask: was that a stunt egg? Did you actually use that egg, or was it a stunt egg?
It was no. It's a real egg. I have to pay full egg rates, so it's not a stunt egg.
Excellent.
But I had to cut all its lines just to save a bit of money.
Ollie, you had a question? No?
No questions?
Well, thank you, Chad.
Cheers, mate.
Can't wait to see your next film.
Yes.
Me too. Shit.
All right, see ya.
See you,
Thank
mate.
you.
Have a good night.
The next film, guys, let me just check my list quickly. Falon Ryan, and the title is For You.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
You too. Nice place.
Thanks. Can you please shut the door? Coffee?
Yes.
Great.
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 Thank you. Great. So, why the,
Oh, I have a really nice place, but I don't like cleaning.
should I?
Oh no, you're wonderful. I forgot something. 1 second. for you.
Holy fucking shit! Ooh. Ah. Ooh.
Welcome back, everybody. For this one, we don't need Jitsi. We have the actor with us, Andrew.
1.5 meters, safe.
Yes.
And I'd just like to clarify that that was actually a cabaret film shot pre-COVID. So despite the protective gear, which makes it current, it was actually a long time ago. And we're showing it because we want to express the cabaret joy. And unfortunately, Falon isn't here, who made this film. She featured in it. But we do have Lawrence on camera, who actually
Is
shot
on
it.
camera tonight also.
Did you direct it? Did you edit it as well, Lawrence?
No.
Did you direct it?
Yes, kind of. We found.
Co-direct.
Yeah.
And Ina, I think, was on sound, and Hayden stood in for Ina when Ina couldn't. And it was a real cabaret, feel-good production, and we're a bit short on film, so we thought we'd show it tonight.
And it fits in.
And it fits in nicely.
Yeah.
And it's a romantic comedy with a flower. So what's
which
not to
brings
like?
me-
And the Hulk.
It brings me to
And
the
the Hulk.
question
And the
of
Hulk,
like,
which is very romantic.
what's that Hulk joke?
You'll have to ask Falon.
Oh.
I think the idea is that he was like a Hulk fan, and so they connected on their mutual love of the Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
The rough gist of it was the first date,
Okay.
and we connected through our love of Hulk.
Very good.
So the cat was the star, but the cat really was a bit of a diva. He demanded his own trailer and hair and makeup, just so much hair and makeup. But we got through.
Now, I vaguely remember that was one of those films where didn't Fallon meet the lady
Yeah.
whose house that was, and she lived just around the corner from where we were having the cabaret?
Yes.
And yeah. And basically, she just asked Fallon what we were doing, and Fallon made friends with her, and she ended up offering her house to Fallon. So the cat,
Literally, next to the Carlton Scout Hut, and she had this beautiful home. She'd lived in it for many decades, and she just invited us in, and she was like, "This looks fun. Come and make a film in my house." And we were like, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yeah." And
You're
she-
like, we
she
got a
loved having us.
house.
Yeah, that's why filmmaking is awesome, because
Yeah.
everyone offers to help you and wants to get
Likes to
involved
be
and
the
stuff.
star.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you can imagine that, how many? 50 filmmakers making as many films as possible in one location. The location can get a little bit dull. So we grabbed the chance of a different location and just added a little bit of production value to the production.
Any
like it.
questions in the chat room, Ollie?
No, I think we're good to go.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Awesome. Cheers, mate. Nice work.
Next film is Marie Anders, and the title is The Place Beyond the Pines.
Ooh.
Hey. What are you doing here?
Anything you want to tell me? Anything you think I might want to know before I leave here forever and never come back? You're not going to tell me.
It was just a fling, right?
Well, that means you don't tell me. Isn't like a common courtesy, or, there might be a law. Okay? You gotta fucking tell somebody.
haven't heard from you in over a year. You just took off and never called me.
I gotta leave in 4 hours. I don't know what to do.
You do whatever you need to do.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna go to college, take care of Jason. I work here, and I have a man. So that's what I'm doing. That's my life.
You're busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm real busy.
Yeah. Look, he's my son, okay? I want to be around him. My dad wasn't around, and look at the way I turned out. I want to take care of you. I want to take care of my son. That's my job, okay? Just let me do my job.
Okay. How? How are you gonna take care of us?
Don't say it like that.
But how are you gonna take care of me?
Don't talk down to me.
It's a question. I'm not talking down to you, it's just a question.
I'll find a way. Okay, you want a house? I'll get you a house. You want to get out of here? We'll get out of here. I got that trailer. Okay, I'll get a truck. We'll hit the road. You pick a place you like, we'll stop. You don't like it anymore, fuck you, we're out of there.
What about my mom?
She can come.
What about Covey?
He can stay. He can get his own girl and his own kid. That's every man's right.
Sounds like a nice dream.
Woo!
Well done. Oh yeah, I have
That was
to. I
fantastic.
have to connect with Sorry, guys.
That was really great.
Is Murray with us?
Yay!
How's it going, guys?
I was doing your film. I forgot to go into Jitsi.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I have to chat with Murray. Really nice. Is that a scene for a future feature film?
It's actually a scene from an existing
Yeah,
feature.
from A Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling and Ava.
Yeah.
No, not Ava Gardner. They ended up getting married or something, didn't they? In real life.
Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, Adam, who you guys have already know and recognize at this point, came to me looking to do a scene to flesh out his American accent a bit. And we started looking at this scene. And at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to direct it. I was like, I mean, you just got to replicate a scene. You just need a cameraman, really. And then he's like, oh, just humor me. Let me read it for you. And then as he started reading it, I was like, no, don't do it like that. Do it. And before I knew it, I was already directing him. And I was like, okay, maybe we should do this. And Kayla Day, who plays Eva Mendes' character in it, was another friend of Adam's who he'd studied his American accent with her. So they were both looking for a bit of a showreel piece. And we got in touch with Leo's by the Slide from Chapel Street, shot it there. Big thanks to those guys, Connor and the team there, because it was a really wonderful location. And of course, Garrett was the DOP and made some unit stills for us. So it was great to have the team together just to do a little bit of a shoot before the world went to shit.
Yeah.
So when was that shot?
This was in February, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I had a comment somewhere here where somebody said, "Yeah, great accent." So well done to the actors.
That's good. I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that. It's
And,
interesting, as the director for this piece, I feel like I did it a little bit of a disservice though, because as we were doing the read through, I was really kind of seeing it in my head as just a single shot, like what you saw in the film. But then after we shot it, I realized that you can't direct the dramatic kind of beats of something if you only have one shot. So it was a real challenge, and I realized the lesson there is, even if you think you only want to use the master, you should get coverage anyway, even if it's just B-roll or something that you can cut away to kind of get those beats where you want them to land. So that was something that I learned on this one, but I was still really glad to do it.
Oh, I like it. I like to know about the challenges.
Yeah.
We were having an argument here. Lawrence and
it was a bet.
Yeah.
So Lawrence was saying that maybe it had an anamorphic lens. An anamorphic lens was used. I said no, but he said yes.
It was
settle
Garrett's,
the bet. Who was right?
It
was
is
Garrett's Black Magic, isn't it?
not an anamorphic lens. It is on Black Magic. It was using, I'm pretty sure, just a 24-70 Canon EF. But Garrett does use lens filters and stuff to give that kind of filmic look. And I always like to edit my films to have that filmic look. Yeah.
Any other questions around here?
Well,
yes. Sorry. There is a question from Will, I believe. He says, was the scene in the movie filmed in essentially one take, like this short film, or was it shot more traditionally? He only noticed one time skip and one cut to a new shot.
Yeah. That cut was actually the same shot. We just punched in on it because we could do that with we're shooting on Garrett's 6K, so we had the footage there. We could punch in on it, and sorry, not the footage, the aspect ratio. We could go in. But yeah, there's only one time skip. In the actual scene itself in the film, it's shot a lot more traditionally. This is more kind of like a teleplay in a sense, where things just kind of happen in the space and we kind of viewing it. I thought it would be a great idea in my head. I don't know what you guys thought of it, but personally I would have preferred to have more footage to kind of work with and just kind of mold it. But I'm pretty happy with it in the end. I think the music, that kind of ambience just carries it through.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was watching it in my living room where I usually watch Netflix, and I was like, wow, this looks nice. Am I still watching Netflix? So yeah, the quality. I was like, woo,
yeah,
this is a good scene.
It looked much better than a teleplay. I remember seeing a teleplay of Al Pacino as the Merchant of Venice, which is amazing. But yeah, the sets are all like really cheap and basic looking. But Al Pacino is of course the man.
And I think the color grading also helped. I remember the color on my TV, and it was really nice.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, the shooting on the Black Magic did give us a lot of room for work in terms of color.
Thank you. Any other questions? Good. Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Be good, and we'll see you in the party.
You too.
See you, bud.
Next film is Joshua Belinfante.
To be the best at what you do. What does it mean to be the best at what you do? Who decides you are the best? I studied to become a lawyer even though I dreamt of making films. Growing up in an immigrant family, being the best meant studying to gain a respectable profession and make an honest living. But while I was studying, doctors discovered a tumor between my lungs and heart. Instantly, my priorities shifted, and I was told that I might not have much time left. I'd spent so much time worrying about small things and not following my heart. I wanted to do something meaningful with the time I had left. I wanted to travel the world and talk with people that were following what they always dreamt of doing, what they were passionate about and not what the world had told them to be.
I really don't want to change the world, I just want to improve it. เอ้ยเรานับถืออยู่ที่จิตใจเราเจิมได้หมดคิดดีทำดีเอา
I wanted to find people that were striving to be the absolute best.
Well, everyone is good at something.
These are the stories I found on my 5-year journey to make the world's best film.
But there's no nominations for this.
For this interview, I have to go back into my living room. While I do that, we have a little sneak preview for you.
Frontispiciul templului Atenei, cred. Să nu curzeitățile. Scrie foarte limpede gnotise auton. Adică cunoaște-te pe tine însuți. După ce te înveți și te cunoști pe tine însuți, și nu trebuie să te cunoști pe tine însuți nici prin ceea ce zice revista de modă, nici, s-ar putea să nu ți se potrivească, nici prin ceea ce zice televizorul, nici să mănânci ce ai văzut la MasterChef, că poate chiar nu-ți place. Deci sunt lucruri care chiar ți se potrivesc și lucruri care chiar nu ți se potrivesc. Dar întâi trebuie să te cunoști pe tine ca să știi unde te duci.
Let's welcome Joshua Belinfante. Hi,
Hello.
Josh.
Hey, thanks so much.
I really enjoyed the trailer. Well done.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Can you, because I know this film will play at some festivals, can you tell us which one and when is it and how we can watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I'm really excited to announce that you can watch the world's best film as part of the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival, which actually starts tonight until the 15th of July. And then you can also watch it as part of Revelation Perth International Film Festival between the 9th of July and the 19th of July. So two lovely opportunities, and you can watch the film from your living room, your TV room, or wherever you like to watch your films.
I was a bit jealous there because I was like, did he travel for 5 years? did the whole production take 5 years?
So I traveled on and off over 5 years. It was definitely not traveling from day one to day, 1,000 or whatever. It was definitely incrementally, and it was basically, I've got a window of time for the next 2 weeks to be in this country. I'll try and tell a story there. So, and also I'm very conscious of the fact that we all want to go overseas at the moment and we all want to travel. And so this probably looks like, I just went on this amazing journey around the world, which I did, but obviously before the lockdown and before the pandemic.
How did you do your researches? How did you find your the people you wanted to interview?
Basically, it was very grassroots. I'd arrive in a country and I'd start asking questions, and I'd walk up to people and go, hey, who's someone doing something quirky and eccentric in this place? And maybe I should go meet them. And then I'd hear lots of stories from people, and I'd go and chase them. And I think, roughly there's 12 stories in the film, not including my own. So there's like 12 main interviews, and the journey took us, as you saw in the trailer, everywhere from southern Sweden to the Gothic cities of Romania to the hustle and bustle of London, and even the inner city of Bangkok. So we kind of went all over the place and just found a lot of just really amazing people just striving to be the world's best and pursuing their passions and making a life rather than a living, and all these really amazing things that I thought is really important to celebrate, especially now in this doom and gloom that we have in our lives. I think it's really important that people know that there is something potentially good coming after all of this.
So I somehow imagine you walking into a bar and be like, hey guys.
That's actually a lot of what I did, was just go find where people were hanging out. Like one time I was in Romania as part of a film conference, and I asked some people there, hey, who's doing something crazy here? And a producer said, hey, Josh, I know this guy who's an alternative tailor, and he's, a goth with a very interesting backstory, and I think you'd really like to talk to him. And I thought, great. So we just got on a train to meet him. And so a lot of these stories happen very serendipitously. Some of them were more planned, so there's quite a few people from my own life in the film as well. My parents, obviously, I had to twist their arms to be in the film. And some of my other friends that I've looked up to for a long time as well. There were definitely some people that didn't like me telling them that they were the world's best at something. A lot of people out there don't quite get that you don't have to be the Guinness World Records best at something. I mean, there's so many examples around the world of people putting the world's best on a thing. They put it on a book, on a bus, on a billboard. No one actually is the arbiter of who is the best. And so what I realized is that all you really need to do is affirm it for yourself. And just by saying it out loud, I'm the best, well, you'll probably put steps into action to actually make it so and actually be really great at whatever it is you're doing. And some people were pursuing a passion that they'd wanted to do since they were children. Some people were pursuing a passion that the world told them not to do it. A lot of times people have told me, Josh, you'll never be a filmmaker, don't do it. Like, you've got to go pursue an honest living and be a lawyer and put bread on the table and do all this. There's so many people that told me no in my life and still do. So I think it's important that in some ways you actually let rejection fuel you and just say, I'm going to do this anyway because it's really important to me. And then hopefully that resonates with other people as well.
I'm going to reverse the question to you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you best at?
What am I best at? Well, I'm definitely the world's best procrastinator, which is probably why it took 5 years to make. I mean, look, the film itself, I mean, you're kind of wondering, there's no way this is the world's best film. And of course it's not. It's inviting a level of flippancy that, this is a film about people that are the world's best. And so I realized that I was almost the same as the people that I was interviewing, from the world's best town planner to the world's best griller of bananas to the world's best toilet tour guide lady. I was trying to make the world's best film. So I was exactly like the people that I was interviewing. Thank you so much, Filmonik Melbourne, for having me on the show. And thank you again to everyone out there supporting Australian independent film.
Thank you, Josh.
There we go. That's my little sign off.
Let's go back to the bar.
You're back.
We're
back in the bar.
Welcome back to the to Udgang Bar with Fraser. Woo! Please watch Joshua Belinfante film.
Yes.
The
best film ever. Is that what it's called? The
world best film.
Yeah,
the
that's
world's
it. I knew
best
there was
film.
world in there. The world best film.
I like the modesty.
It's playing at Melbourne Documentary Film Festival and Revelation Perth Film Festival. Yeah. He said also that he will try to come into the chat rooms. So if you have any questions for him, just write it in, and if he's there, he's going to try to answer. We're going to move on to our next film. Next film is from Andrew Cullimore, and what's the title?
Firewood.
Firewood.
It's a haiku.
Firewood.
Okay, so we were working, and there's a thing about firewood. There's a thing about Tony and firewood, and he never has enough firewood. So I saw him chop. He asked me to chop wood, and then I thought, hang on, this is a perfect haiku opportunity. I've just bought a Mac, so I'm entering the world of special effects because the computer can handle it. So this was me experimenting with layers and special effects and green screens and things. I don't think I can say anything else about it.
You answered my question because I was going to say, did you play with After Effects?
I did, and it
Amazing.
didn't take 4 days.
That's fantastic.
Did you do your green screen? How did you do your own green screen? And
Well, no, the thing about green screen is you can just, people do that stuff for you and you just borrow it, and it says under the copyright, you can use this for free because some people are nice.
Yeah.
So it's just layers, and then you put it, you key it, and It was very basic, but yeah, it's good to experiment. And Filmonik is all about learning, so it's good to keep learning.
Now, also because you're an actor, and so I've often heard of actors using tongue twisters to practice and to warm themselves up. And the fact that it's about firewood reminds me of, what is it? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Exactly, and that's what I
will not try that.
See,
a lot of
that's why he earns the big bucks. That's why he is a real actor. Because of tongue twisters, right?
I've got a joke to leave that piece and move on swiftly. When is a piece of wood made king? When it's a ruler!
That is a terrible dad joke. I love it.
That's not from me.
But yeah, it's good to have Glenn laughing really out loud about this.
Yeah, I laugh loud.
I love it. We're going to move on to the next film. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Nice job.
To Richard Hallford.
The virus killed mankind before we even knew we were sick. Everywhere you looked was deserted. Regular spaces were devoid of life and movement. Vehicles were tossed aside and man's technology was useless. Pathways with nothing to do waited for feet that would never come. Restaurants, cold and depressed, waited for human laughter that would never come. Machines sat cold and unused. Everywhere businesses were closed down and abandoned. Places of worship unable to function without love and devotion. Signs of human social activities abounded, just no humans. I began to search for signs of anyone else, but the emptiness screamed at me. The loneliness crushed my soul. The oceans tried in vain to wash away my desperation, but they only added to my despair. All that was left was a few birds, recklessly continuing their journey. But for how long? Who knew? When the virus first hit, I tried to send out warnings, but it was already too late. When Brother Tim's test results came back, he went within a few days. He never stood a chance. My wife, Alicia, was told just a few days later. She thought that she could fill it with power. But the virus took her quickly and she was gone. I went to her favorite cafe, but even her memory is fading. I discovered I'm immune. I can find no one else alive. So I'm starting to call all the phone boxes in case there's someone out there. If anyone's alive, pick up the phone. Please, pick up the phone.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So we're on Jitsi, and let's see if Richard will join us. Richard, if you're listening to this, come into Jitsi with us.
So we can talk about your film, which was amazing.
Yes, and if you're watching this later and you like to answer my questions, one of the questions I had for you was, what inspired that dark voice? It sounded very horror film.
It sounded like Batman.
Batman,
It could have been.
you think?
That would have been the perfect Batman.
Oh yeah.
Perfect Batman voice for intimidating criminals. I like
Horror, Halloween, or Batman?
it. Or all of them. All of them. And the other thing is, so we were talking about how there were parts that looked like it was from Darabin Parklands.
Yeah.
And then the bar shot, that almost reminded me of, what is it, A Whole Lot of Love? I think in Brunswick or something, but I'm not sure. I guess those seats with numbers on them are pretty much everywhere.
And the obvious question would be, was this inspired by COVID, before, after COVID? I'll let you answer that.
Yeah. Richard's in the chat.
Oh, what? Is
yeah,
he?
he's in the chat.
Oh, he's
He
in the
says
chat.
It was shot in San Remo.
San Remo, okay. So hang on, so we can ask questions and then
then
the
he can
answers
answer
and the
the
answers
chat.
will come through.
So
okay.
what's that voice inspiration,
Yeah.
Richard?
Was it Batman?
I love this lagging interview. Love it. Is he answering?
Apparently, it was part of an editing challenge.
But nothing about the voice yet. I was preempting it.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody saw Phil Lemon in Richard's film. Phil Lemon also directs his own short films.
Yeah, very talented.
Yeah, and he just released on YouTube his short film of 16 minutes, so that's why we couldn't play it at Filmonik tonight. It's titled Treasure. Oh, please look at this, or you already saw it. Please go and watch it.
With
Give
David.
him,
It's
chat
really
with
good.
him, and
really good.
tell him your feedback. I'm sure he'll be happy to have them. So yeah, Phil Lemon, Treasure. Now Richard, where's that voice coming from?
He says, I assume it's to do with the voice, that it was a detective story. So
Fail.
So it's like, well, hang on. Batman is technically
All
a
right,
detective.
you always want to win.
Batman is a detective. He's the world's greatest detective, according to the comics.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's called in the
All
comic
right,
books.
yeah. Listen to Glenn.
Yep.
Um,
Listen to me.
Next film is from Isabelle Giroux. What's the title? Chatter. Yeah? Chatter 19.
Chapter?
We'll
see.
Oh, sorry guys.
Chapter.
There it is. I've been replacing a soloist on medical leave at the opera's ballet for 2 weeks now. And I've also been trying to resist Roman for those 2 weeks. Today, after getting nicely kicked out of Otto Adamski's luxury watchmaking, I'm thinking about standing Roman up, as she's waiting for me at the pub below her apartment. I've failed 4 times already. I'm failing again. It's noon, and I want a hot chocolate.
I was wondering what time you wouldn't show up today.
Another Miss Bunny. Every time it's the same. I tell myself I don't care, I'm going to be mysterious. Tell myself not to come.
But yet, here you are, Louis.
I'm overwhelmed with a tsunami of foolish pride. Consumed by the fear of being that young idiot who's crawling all over her. I would rather be fierce, to be desired for a while. However, she's smiling and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It happened slyly, without my consent. My desire got up one morning and hasn't stopped following me since. Little storm, tireless and derisive.
I'm glad you're here.
I turn my head away from her and look afar, watching this mutt wandering around the garbage from the Thai restaurant across the street. I try to look absent-minded, but I'm closely paying attention to her every move out of the corner of my eye. Why does she keep inviting me all around this city? This woman even seems to like me. I came because you said you knew a place where I could play my vinyl record. She smiles. I know she's laughing at me as I'm playing the indifferent card.
Finish your glass and I'll take you. What is this vinyl record, anyways?
It's B.B. King. A very rare edition. A live version. old friend of mine gave it to me. I've never been able to listen to it as I don't own a record player, but it's been told that this music disrupts your brain and turns your heart upside down.
So we better listen to it then. Are you ready?
She puts money on the table and offers her arm. I slide my arm under hers. Triple turn. My heart is already dizzy.
I've never held an arm so light. It feels like the wing of a bird.
Well,
I should have known. Isn't that your job, to be a bird?
yeah, it's a little bit of all the sadness and all the beauty of it. To try to be a bird knowing I won't ever be one. But still, to have faith. To lie, to convince myself that I'm so close every day. Fly away almost.
Almost? I've seen you fly.
Yeah, it's a pretty lie, isn't it? Yet every night I fall asleep like a rock, remembering I've never seen birds sleep.
That's true. Where are the birds at night then?
Perhaps they tried to turn into humans. Roman bursts out laughing as a fruit which will be ripe and sweet. She runs everywhere on me. She sticks to my skin, the perfect mixture of acidity and sweetness.
How weird is your head, Louis? It's beautiful, this head of yours.
The laugh sank. It's gone. It has changed into a look full of fascination. She puts her white hand on my wing. We walk for a few other long minutes, thoughtful, quiet, in the end of the day. And I'm thinking, birds, do they make love? It's your home?
No, it's even better. It's more my home than my real home. It's my studio.
I'm on an emotional thrill ride, amplifying my sucker feelings. I'm a sucker, but a happy sucker, overwhelmed by Roman's universe. I'm thirsty to learn everything about her. What do you make it?
Memories, ideas, the unspeakable.
I know you're a chemist. No, even better. An alchemist.
Almost. I'm a perfumer. I'm a nose and a heart. Here is where time stops. I think and I create.
Perfume. Oh, Lord. A proper mixture of intelligence and science, sleeping with playfulness. A dangerous cocktail for the new man I am. Roman and I look at each other as if life was racing up her skirt, showing up lightness and happiness all at the same time. My hand on her hip, her nose on my neck. I feel naked, like a cat which just got shaved.
When I found you in front of the opera house, when you turned around with this passion in your eyes, your hair had the smell of almond, this bitter and milky odor, but there was something else. It brought tears to my eyes. I can't put my finger on it. It drives me crazy. I want to keep you close to me. I need to.
What time is it?
Why?
What time is it? Man, I have to go.
Did I say something wrong?
I kiss her in the equator of her cheek, right before it's called the lips. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I leave like a thief.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Isabelle won't be on Jitsi, I can check. But it's 4 a.m. over there. Yeah. Nah, she loves us, but not that much.
Not that much, no.
So while I was working, Ollie did do an interview with Isabelle, so please watch this.
Hi, Isabelle.
Hello.
Great looking, great sounding. It's a proper big short film in my mind, and it starts with a Kino Cabaret slate. So anyone who participated in the Melbourne Cabaret, which you did twice too, know already your film was done in a very short amount of time. How did you make this one? Thoroughly planned or just winged it?
I planned a little bit of it, meaning that one of my friends in Montreal, she wrote a book, a novel, about this young ballerina who's a girl, like a young woman, basically. And I don't know, I wanted to test something out with it. Eventually to be a bigger project, but I was just like, I don't know, I feel like I should just try out something right now in the midst of the cabaret. So I tried it, but then I didn't want to burn it. So I was like, I need to change something about it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch the genders and try to mix it all up, and then put it in English too, because it was in French, so I had to translate that. So I guess I would say the preparation of it would be like, maybe I thought about it the week before, then translated it, and then put the casting together for the 72 hours that we had, and then just did it. Yeah.
Wow. And it feels, there's a line in the film, it's like, how weird is your head? It's beautiful. It feels like it's the film itself, because there's layers of emotion and poetry.
So much going on.
Yeah, you end with a tease also. So in the end, we're like, is there anything specific you wanted to tell us with the film?
Well, I tried talking it out with friends, because a young woman would like clearly do that like in a heartbeat. That type of action of just like teasing and then all of a sudden leaving. But a guy wouldn't necessarily do that. But I don't think that it never happens. And I wanted him to be that guy that wants to go the further he can go without incriminating himself. Like, he knew he had her, so he didn't need to go further that day, I guess.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Great stuff. And so what is becoming of the other project? So you're sitting on that other version you want to explore more for now?
Yeah, I've put it aside for now, but it's definitely a novel that I need to how do you say that? Travel. I want to travel it again. I want to read it again. I mean, the writing is so good, and the characters are so precious, and they're like so there are so many layers to each characters that, yeah, I don't want to let it go. I just put it aside for a while. Yeah.
Last comments before we move on to the other films?
I miss you guys. I hope you're having fun in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're doing what we can. Enjoy.
Okay, well, enjoy your night.
And if you will say hi on the live stream, and back to her.
Thank you, Isabelle. We back?
Yep.
Thank you, Isabelle. We miss you too.
We miss you.
Hope to see you back in Melbourne sometime soon.
And if you, like everybody who knows Isabelle and really misses her, you can still watch her on repeat on Netflix. She is in The Decline. It's called The Decline film.
It's awesome.
On Netflix.
It's really good.
Watch it.
It's really, really good. Watch it.
We also have Richard on Jitsi. Does he want to talk to us?
I'm not sure he's in there yet.
Okay.
But I'll ask him now.
No, if not, it's okay. Andrew said there was a joke on the chat room.
Yes.
Not so much a joke, just some funny comments. Brian Fisher from Sydney Keynote says, "Iffy, your glasses totally rock." And Murray says, in capitals, "Ollie has a mustache!"
Yes! The Ollie mustache is so delightful. Every now and again when I walk into the lounge room, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm in the 70s.
I'm dating a Mexican.
Yes!
Sorry.
A Mexican man in the 70s who's the lead saxophonist in a jazz four-piece. In what are they called? A quartet? Oh no, is that a quartet?
Okay. Can we move on now?
Ollie wants us to move on to discussions of his mustache, but we're not going to do that.
So we're moving on to Gaba Macleod film, another Montreal film, and the title is Dirty Talk.
I see you out there on the streets, walking within 2 meters of each other. You hold hands. You're not even wearing masks.
back, everybody. Gabriella is also from Montreal, so I couldn't do her interview, and I don't think she's on Jitsi.
Let's double check though.
She loves us too, but nah, she's not there.
So she doesn't love us that much, really.
No, and Gaba, that was disgusting, and that's why I love it.
Disgusting yet beautiful.
Let's watch Ollie's interview with Gaba.
Hi, Isabelle.
Hello.
Great looking, great sounding. It's a proper. Hi, Gabriella. We just saw you. I really enjoyed it. Can you put us back into your mindset for the production of this film? I think it was from day 60 to 74 of your isolation.
Yeah, I specifically put things down by date of my isolation date. Yeah, I had just hit 2 months of not seeing anyone and living in a 1.5. I live in a very small apartment at the center of Montreal, in one of the most dense neighborhoods in Montreal, which is in itself at the center of Quebec, which is in itself the center of Canada. We're the center of the virus. So I was alone a lot. And yeah, freaking out, losing my mind, having a little bit of cabin fever, as we call it. And so that's sort of, someone invited me to make this as part of the Green from Isolation project. And I was like, sure, I mean, maybe this will help me in some way, shape or form. And I think it was a good activity for me to do at that point. I was like, but it was a struggle. So
at the beginning, did you ever even consider making art in isolation? Like I guess in March?
Well, I started, so one of the reasons I also put things by days of isolation is I started making, I have a secret Instagram. So I have an Instagram where nobody except, like nobody I actually knows that I'm on Instagram. And I started doing things, I needed to do art things, but I wasn't, early on, I wasn't able to make a film. There's just too much involved. I was only able to do really crazy, silly things. So I did this thing where I put these little round circles, they're like these little circles for your binders, and I covered my whole face in them. And I took my picture, and it was just something I did spontaneously because life was so boring. But at the same time, I wasn't able to like wrap my head around doing any sort of long-term project of any sort. So I was making things, but it had to be like dirty and fast. It had to be pictures that I would just post to nobody that I could just make. And I couldn't have the pressure of knowing people would see me. And I guess this is sort of like at some point I got round to being able to make a film in 2 weeks as we do, making a film fast and dirty.
There's a fetishistic value to the film, whether it's fully assumed or just the result of your visual exploration. It even steps into ASMR territory because you're really close to the microphone. And you, is there anything else you'd want to explore visually or physically for your next project, or was maybe that was it for now?
I don't know what my next project. I totally wanted to do the ASMR thing. Like that was very intentional to have that that quality to it. I really wanted to make a film of spit and touch, which is that, yeah, well, touch is both desirable, but because of COVID is the thing that you're staying away from. And then spit is just, extra disgusting. It was really a film that was meant to be in response to sort of like the rainbow hopeful messages that we're seeing everywhere. There's a point where it sort of drives me insane because people were living in very different situations, and everyone's living in very different situations. So, films that were like, people in the country singing to me, telling me that everything was going to be okay was really something that I wanted to react to. And I think that people were, some people had really good things happen to them being in isolation. And some people, I know my friends with families had very difficult situations that are entirely different from my situations. And nurses had very different situations. So yeah, I think that I hope this, provides a different angle. Like, I think there needs to be different ways of viewing this thing. That's what really interested me in this project.
Yeah, great stuff. So thank you again, and I hope we see you soon.
Thank you. Merci, Ali.
Cute.
Okay, you're up.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you, Gaba. Thank you, Isabelle. I really enjoyed those. I've known Gaba for quite some time, and I really recognize her in her film. Well done. I really enjoy it. I think the saliva, it's when you put soap in your hand and then you thought of saliva. You're like, oh, it has the same consistency. And then it can, yeah.
Is that how you think? Is that, it's just like you're putting like, you're washing your hands and you're like, spit's very similar to this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like.
I think this must be a Canadian thing, because we don't think about spit when we're washing our hands in Australia.
Why not?
Because it's very dry in Australia and we don't waste our spit with such frivolous things like hand washing.
Okay. Next film is from Dean Kyte. The title is
As I walked Buster around Paddington after midnight, a girl, drunk, though I wouldn't have known it if she hadn't told me, buttonholed me in Josephson Street, beside her house, to pat the hound. "He's so cute," she said. "You should bring your dog to the village inn." "Where?" "The village inn." I didn't know where that was. I didn't bother to tell her that he was not my dog, that I was a stranger here. I didn't say much of anything. I was tired and wanted to go to bed. Mine, not hers. She thumbed the code to her door and let herself in. The prowling instinct, that cat-like sensibility, an intuitive awareness of the wonder lurking in the banality of the city at night, overtook me. In the play of light and shadow, in this unremarked miracle of chiaroscuro hiding in the corners of the night, out of the sight lines of the drunken revelers, in these miracles of ordinariness, the flaneur finds some ephemeral bellezza. I guess the poetics of Noir is this black and white sensibility, an awareness, an intuition for how scenes, exsanguinated, bled of their color, may be abstracted to their essential elements and lineaments, the play of light and shadow. And when I consider the girl in Josephson Street, in an opportunity either missed or declined, as she left me in sole possession of the quiet, melancholy street, lonely yet friendly, that abstraction into light and shade is the ability to perceive the mood, the essential mood of places.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hang on,
Dean! Is that you?
Yes.
Hi, Dean. Welcome to Filmonik.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I act surprised because I was gonna call you the mystery man. I love your films, but you could never come on Jitsi.
No.
So we're happy
last-
to see you.
Sorry?
We're happy to see you.
Very happy.
So I have a few questions for you. Where are they? Oh, did you start with the poem
No.
and then had the images before, after, or the opposite?
The opposite. So I did it all first, and then the last thing I did was write the words.
Beautiful.
So I didn't know what I was going to say while I was making it.
And so you looked at the pictures that you took, at the film that you took, and then what inspired you, and you roll with it. I like it. Now, with the black and white, did you have it in camera? Did you switch to black and white, or did you do it in post-production?
In post.
In post? Because there's one spot where I wasn't sure when you're like switching a bit, and I was like,
I actually ran out of footage. When I wrote the words, they were and I recorded them. It was actually about 20 seconds too long, so I had to add.
A bit of footage.
And that's where the black and white came into it, so just to vary it a little bit.
And so you play with
But
it
it works.
after the poem. Noir. I like it. Do you have any questions?
No, it was just beautiful. I don't know why, but the green of the tree really stood out to me. I don't know why. It just looked like a sort of, it almost looked like a sort of orb in the sky. I loved it. Yeah, the green tree was beautiful.
That's what attracted me to it when I shot that.
Dean, you're the one who did the skipping girl also, yeah? With the...
Did the skipping girl, yeah.
Yeah. I had a question about that. It stuck to my mind. That's why I still remember. The neon sound, was it like, were you really close and you took it, or did you find it in post-production?
No, the sound, I don't use location sound, so I make the sound montage. So I think the sound for the neon was just like a buzzing light, and I just put that on there. So as the shot gets in closer, it's as though that sound is coming into it, but it's just the sound of my imagination.
Wonderful.
When you're walking around, do you always have a camera with you? So when you see something that inspires you, you just film it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I see a lot of your texts. It's like, oh, I like this.
Yes.
Any questions in the chat room?
Sadly, no. It's a little bit quiet. I think everybody's just enthralled with your interview.
Is there anything you'd like to add, Dean?
No.
Thank you so much for
Thanks, mate.
coming up with Filmonik. Well done. He's not a mystery man anymore.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
See you,
Thank you, Dean. Next film is BJ Hill.
Some people seem to think that talking slowly is a cure for stuttering. In speech, there is one thing you need to know: words per minute. Most people can speak at least 100 words per minute. Some people can speak quickly at 200 words per minute. Some people can talk slowly at 50 words per minute. How fast can you talk? There is nothing wrong with using slow speech as a treatment for stuttering. In fact, I encourage it. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments and follow me on Twitter.
I'm logging into Jitsi to see if BJ is there.
Is BJ there? Hello, BJ, are you there, mate?
Maybe not yet. Yes, BJ is there.
Woo!
Let's welcome BJ, guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
How you going, mate?
Ah. Oh, well, fine, thanks.
Where did you get these statistics from? I really enjoyed them. I was like, I'm maybe 100 minutes, words per minute. You're laughing at me.
At least 100 words a minute.
And when I'm angry, maybe like faster, yeah?
Yeah, especially in French.
Yes. So where did you get the stats from? Yeah.
Well, most stuttering treatments involves just talking slowly. So I'm thinking, what? What?
So you find it doesn't help, or you find it helps?
Well, the general idea is to get you talking very, very slowly, so you don't stutter, and then they try to bring it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Any questions?
No, so this is part of your series of films that you've been making about stuttering. Are you going to keep going with one episode at a time, or do you plan on editing it all together into making something longer, or are you just going to make them in parts?
Well, the general plan is to do it just bit by bit, so they will all end up on YouTube. All these short ones on YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any questions on the chat room?
Murray said, is it just me, or did BJ not stutter at all in that film?
I agree.
Well, yeah, that took several takes. So yeah.
Several takes.
Yeah.
Did not stutter at all.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Samuel L. Jackson used to stutter when he was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he was really young.
What will be your next episode, BJ?
Yeah. Well, Samuel L. Jackson claims that he cured his stuttering, but by using bad language.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I love it. Thank you, BJ.
Cheers, BJ.
Thank you so much.
See you, mate.
Yeah. Next film, we're gonna go with Olivier Bonenfant. Bonenfante.
Oh, Australia is such an amazing place. I love this country, mate.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so glad to have you guide me around all this dangerous wilderness.
Well, it's, to be honest, it's a bit overblown. It's not like Aussies are being attacked every day, you know.
But you guys have like snakes, spiders, sharks, killer jellyfishes?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. When are we going to see Croc? Or Crazy Dingo?
Well, not in Victoria. At least not around here anyway.
I'm ready to see Croc. But not a drop bear.
Sure you don't.
The kangaroo is left. It must have sensed the presence of another dangerous predator. Could it be a drop bear?
Drop bears? Yeah, good one.
I think those are the ones I'm most afraid of.
Wait, you do get it, don't you?
Get what?
Drop bears don't exist. They're for fun.
No, they do exist.
No, they don't exist. There's hardly any wild animals around here that are dangerous. The most likely thing is a magpie.
What's a magpie?
It's a bird and they're territorial. No. This time of year they'll attack you. They swoop on you.
Birds attacking people, don't be ridiculous.
Are you for fucking real? I'm telling you, I live here. Drop bears don't exist. The biggest danger around here at the moment is magpies swooping.
Birds don't attack people. Alright. Your goal. Attacking people. Look, animal. It's been following us.
There's an animal moving around, but it's probably just a wallaby.
Wallabies don't live in trees. It's a drop bear.
Let go of the drop bears thing, will you?
You let go of the magpie lies. I'm getting out of here.
It's nothing. It's probably just the koalas had a double shot of espresso. He is moving fast though, that little guy. Wow.
I told you!
That's what we came
Yeah.
back to. Welcome everybody. We don't need to interview Ollie on Jitsi because he's here.
Yes, I
Let's
was
welcome
behind
Ollie.
And we're all in the same household, so we're not breaking any social distancing. See, hello, that's. Yeah, I should probably start by saying, so people who come to Filmonik often, it's a repeat viewing. The thing happened that we did this in a month, like in a really, not rushed, but Ify put pressure on me to do the film because she was like, it's gonna be my birthday present.
Yes, because I'm good at putting pressure on people. That's all I'm good at. That's the only thing I'm good at.
So we did the film and we
Shut up.
screened it.
Oh, not you. Sorry guys, cancel that.
So we screened the film unfinished at Filmonik as a world premiere, but the special effects at the end weren't completed. There was heaps of stuff missing, and then we went silent with the film, protected with a password, and it got screened at the Sunshine Film Festival on Halloween, and at Monster Fest, part of the Trashorama, and in Adelaide and Melbourne. So it did a good run at the Sydney Indie Film Festival. So yeah, good run, and now it's public, and that's kind of like the real, that's finished film.
Any challenge with doing this film because you had so much pressure from, I won't name who. Any challenge?
We shot everything. So we showed up to this forest like that I'm not gonna name, but it's in the city. It's close. But like I think we shot everything in. We had the actor for 2.5 hours because he had to come back, and then
Even at the last minute, we couldn't find anybody because it was so last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was so many things happening, but we've got a film, and the end scene.
And Bernard got to be an actor, and we discovered him as a great actor.
Yep.
Even though he resists it, it's kind of hilarious.
But Bernard is definitely a great actor.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, when he said "I live here," I really believed him.
Bernard is in the chat. Should we have a look?
Yes.
Yeah.
We miss you, Bernard.
Any comments in the chat room?
He loves it when you call him Bernie.
Great job, everyone, from Mr. Chad Lockwood. Very nice, says Lawrence. BJ, big smiley face, and the one and only Bernard. You had to trick one actor into being on camera. And a thumbs up from Richard.
That was me. No, that was the bird. We had to trick the bird.
Yep.
So that's it for tonight, guys. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram and on our website. We'll post the next date of our streaming. Please donate to Loop Bar to support artists, and donate to Filmonik so we can run our yearly cabaret. And also come and see Fraser at Udgang Bar.
Yes.
He would love to see you.
And if you can't come to the bar, make sure you
buy only exit.
Only buy
beers.
exits.
Only.
The raspberry saison is very good.
Yes.
But yes, buy lots of exit brewery beverages. They are of high quality.
I love it. Anything else, guys?
One last question from Bernard. How did the Soundy act at the same time? How did the Soundy act at the same time?
I think I was Soundy. That's why it was shit.
Yeah, if you both are credited.
Oh.
Wow.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun as a Soundy because Lawrence kept telling me to go higher, and as a boom girl, you know, boom is a shit job. And I said that was the highest I could go. He's like, move, and I'm like, I moved since the last take, and he's like, oh yeah, you did. And I was like, I did. Anyways, boom girl story. Everybody out there knows.
Lifestyle.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. I'm so happy to have a good part of the team with me. We are applying social distancing except for these people that I'm living with.
We live together.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's too late for us.
We miss you, Bernard, but he's following us on all the chat rooms. And see you next time.
Stay safe, everybody.
Woo.
I don't know. There's music playing. No, the webcam mic works. So basically, they can. Yeah, it's the end play.